3 weeks. That's all it took. 3 weeks ago, a luxury resort on Palm Jumeirah had a waiting list. Rooms at $600 a night. Completely sold out. Not a single vacancy. Today, that same hotel is practically giving rooms away. $349 packages. Full food and beverage credit included. Effectively free. This isn't a sale. This isn't a promotion. This is a distress signal from one of the most powerful luxury tourism markets on earth. So what happened? What broke Dubai's golden season in less than a month? The answer will change how you understand global tourism forever. Before we go further, if you want data-driven breakdowns on how the global economy actually moves, subscribe now and hit the bell. What you're about to see isn't covered in the headlines. Let's get into it. To understand how fast this fell, you first need to understand how high Dubai had climbed. Going into 2026, Dubai wasn't just growing, it was accelerating. In 2025, the city welcomed 19.5 million international visitors. Record numbers, record revenues. The city was targeting even higher in 2026. November through April, Dubai's golden window. 6 months where European travelers escape winter. High net worth visitors arrive from Asia. Corporate summits fill 5-star ballrooms. This is when Dubai makes most of its money for the entire year. And in early February 2026, everything was exactly on track. Hotels full, flights packed, restaurants booked weeks in advance. The story of Dubai, unstoppable, perfectly controlled, the safest luxury destination on earth, seemed unbreakable. Then came February 28th. February 28th, 2026 will go down as one of the most consequential days in Dubai's modern history. A wave of Iranian retaliatory strikes hit parts of the UAE following escalating regional tensions. The scale was staggering: 189 ballistic missiles, over 900 drones, several cruise missiles. The vast majority were intercepted. But interception doesn't stop images from spreading. Within minutes, footage was everywhere. Smoke rising over Palm Jumeirah, visible damage near the Burj Al Arab, and then the moment that truly broke confidence. Dubai International Airport shut down. Terminal 3, one of the busiest aviation hubs on the planet, 95 million passengers in 2025 alone, closed. Flights grounded, airspace locked, passengers stranded mid-journey with nowhere to go. And here is where you need to pause and really understand something. Dubai is not just a destination. Dubai is a hub. It exists because of movement, constant, seamless global connectivity. Remove that, and the entire system begins to collapse, like pulling the foundation from under a skyscraper. Which is exactly what happened next. The data that followed was brutal. Within 7 days, hotel occupancy across Dubai dropped between 35% and 60%. In ultra-luxury zones, downtown Dubai, Palm Jumeirah, internal industry reports suggested occupancy fell below 20%. Some projections warned of single-digit occupancy if conditions persisted. Properties that once had waiting lists began liquidating rooms. And as Palm Jumeirah, one-bedroom suites for $123 a night. Apartments with direct Burj Khalifa views dropped from $272 to $191 or lower. Over 700 flights operated by Emirates and Etihad canceled within 2 weeks. 20,000 passengers stranded. Cruise ships docked with nowhere to send their passengers. The entire tourism ecosystem, airlines, hotels, retail, dining, frozen almost simultaneously. And the timing could not have been more damaging. Eid al-Fitr, March 19th and 20th, one of the most important travel periods in the Gulf region. Every year, thousands of visitors pour in from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain. This year, cancellation rates hit 75% in a matter of days. The golden season was gone. Now, here's the part that most analysts miss. The financial losses are serious. Daily losses estimated at up to $500 million during peak disruption. Across the broader Middle East, analysts project between 23 and 38 million lost tourists in 2026, a financial hit of $34 to $56 billion. But those numbers aren't the real story. To understand what truly broke here, you need to understand what Dubai actually sells. Paris sells history, the Maldives sells natural beauty, Bali sells culture and spirituality. Dubai sells certainty. It sells control. It sells perfection. It sells the absolute guarantee that nothing will go wrong. That promise, that invisible psychological contract with every visitor, every investor, every event organizer, is what justified the prices. It's what made Dubai a safe haven in a volatile region. It's what made the Burj Al Arab the most recognizable hotel on earth. And when that promise breaks, even slightly, the entire business model shakes. Because here's the brutal truth about selling certainty. You cannot afford a single moment of uncertainty. More than 90% of the strikes were intercepted. Infrastructure damage was relatively contained. It didn't matter. One viral video of explosions in the night sky can erase thousands of successful security operations. One tourist saying, "I don't feel safe anymore," can influence millions of future decisions. Confidence didn't slow down, it collapsed. But here's what makes this story even deeper. February 28th didn't create Dubai's vulnerabilities, it exposed them. Before the crisis, Dubai already had over 818 hotels and more than 152,000 rooms, 67% classified as luxury or upper upscale, and plans were in place to add another 12,000 rooms by 2030. Supply was already growing faster than demand. We've seen this movie before. Between 2015 and 2019, Dubai added 20,000 hotel rooms. Average nightly rates fell 27%, from $188 down to $137. Hotels entered a price war just to maintain basic occupancy. Now imagine that same oversupply, but with demand suddenly collapsing. What would normally take years is now happening in weeks. And then there's seasonality. Dubai's entire tourism model depends on a 6 to 7 month window, November through April. Summer temperatures regularly exceed 40 degrees Celsius. Outdoor tourism becomes almost impossible. The February-March disruption didn't just damage the season. It wiped out the most profitable weeks of the entire year. Without that peak revenue, many businesses now face a cash flow crisis that will last well into 2027. And while Dubai absorbs this blow, the rest of the world isn't waiting. Turkey, Greece, Egypt, Japan, Southeast Asia, all fully operational, all offering rich cultural experiences, all actively marketing to the exact travelers who just canceled Dubai. Here's the danger nobody is talking about loudly enough. Tourists who cancel Dubai don't stop traveling. They simply go somewhere else. And once they discover a new destination, once they fall in love with a different city, they may not come back. Dubai recovered from the pandemic in 2020. Within 2 years, it was breaking records again. But the pandemic hit every destination equally. This is different. This shock is regional and selective. Dubai is losing ground while its competitors continue to grow. So can Dubai recover? Yes, but not quickly, and not without serious change. Recovery depends on 3 things: airspace stability, geopolitical development, and, most importantly, the restoration of trust. Rebuilding a terminal takes weeks. Rebuilding confidence takes years. Dubai may need to fundamentally rethink its model, reduce its dangerous over-reliance on luxury oversupply, invest in year-round attractions that survive the summer heat, build a cultural identity, something Dubai's own tourism leadership acknowledged as a weakness as recently as 2024. Because here is the hard truth. When perfection disappears, only authenticity remains. A city that has sold itself entirely on being floorless now has to figure out who it is when the floorlessness cracks. That is not an engineering problem. That is an identity problem. And identity problems are the hardest ones to solve. Dubai has survived before. It has resources, infrastructure, and experience that most cities can only dream of. But it is now facing something it has never truly faced. Not a challenge of construction, a challenge of perception. Not a problem of money, a problem of trust.